Why didn't any of these players confront AB or Mike Tomlin about accountability while they was playing for the Steelers? Is my question. Ryan Clark, James Harrison, why didn't y'all confront AB or Coach Mike Tomlin while you was on the team, while all this foolishness was going on? Because you're coming on these podcasts and you're talking about him now, and this is weak. This is weak as hell. If I had a problem right then and there with any of these coaches that was confronted during my stint on the team, right then and there, there's nothing else to talk about. We all grown men. We can have a conversation. You could have simply asked Mike Tomlin, hey, AB, you're allowing him to get away with X, Y, and Z. This is a team full of 53 men. We all need to be held accountable. You cannot treat AB or one player a certain way, then expect everyone else to conform or everyone else to look at you the same. That's the truth. But y'all allowed that. So y'all have to look at yourself first before y'all start pointing the finger, because y'all are part of the problem. And that's the truth. It's easy to get up here and to talk about people and want to bring people down because you think you're creating a buzz and you're about to go viral. That's weak. That's weak, homie. I'm telling y'all straight up. That's weak. That's weak as hell. It's not cute. It's disgusting. You know what I mean? Don't be the man on the mic when you had a chance to confront Mike a long time ago. Like I said, that's weak. Both of y'all need to have that same energy for Mike Tomlin y'all had when he was y'all coach. Have that same energy now that you had back then. Have nothing but positive things to say about Mike Tomlin. No need to try and blast your coach on camera now. That shit is just super foul. Y'all leave that up to me because I'm the unbiased one. I don't care. You know, you come wrong, you come incorrect, I'm going to call it out. My track record speaks for itself. Y'all's don't. Y'all just starting this talking and calling people out. Y'all feeling, I don't know what y'all feel like, you know, these podcasts and these mics hyping y'all up. You know what I mean? Former Steelers, James Harrison says, what we all know about head coach Mike Tomlin. What do we know about Mike Tomlin? And this is so funny because this is why you listen to Say What Needs to Be Said. This is why you come to the live stream Monday, Thursday, sometimes Friday. Because guess what? We start the trending topics. Yes, we start the trending topics over here. People have to jump on our bandwagon and copy our topics because they can't say what needs to be said when it's time for them to say what needs to be said, you know? And this is why you listen to Say What Needs to Be Said. So you can learn the truth, expose the hypocrites, feel this good energy, and listen to independent media that isn't controlled by no one, baby. This is why you listen to Say What Needs to Be Said. We do not discriminate, but we try to keep it peaceful. You know, I pointed out the lack of leadership by Mike Tomlin a few months ago, and it went viral, right? And here's my proof. Right? I pointed out a lack of leadership in Mike Tomlin as a head coach when everybody was praising him, right? And this had to do with me and AB, when me and AB were going at it. Right now, I'll try to read it. It's a little small for me. Y'all bear with me. If Mike Tomlin never babied you, AB, NFL would have been an afterthought. You couldn't survive anywhere else. The Steelers organization and players allowed you to act crazy. Lucky you never played on my team. You would have been dealt with immediately and not by the coach. And I said, facts. So when that comes out, guess what? All the Steelers players decide to jump on the bandwagon and come down hard on Mike Tomlin since I exposed the lack of leadership in Pittsburgh. Right? Now it's a trend to attack Mike Tomlin. And we never heard these Steelers players have anything negative to say about Mike Tomlin until now. And this is funny to me because no one had anything to say until I pointed it out. When I pointed out, like I said during the tweet, when I just showed the tweet, Mike Tomlin messed up with Antonio Brown. Now, how can these former players decide to call out their former coach now when they had a chance to confront Mike Tomlin while they were on the team? This makes no sense to me, Dries. What do you say? Everybody's coming out attacking their old coach. You have Ryan Clark, and now you have James Harrison. When they did nothing but had positive things to say about Mike Tomlin, now they're coming out of the woodworks, dragging this man left and right. If they didn't feel that way, If they didn't feel like grown men, then why do they feel like grown men now and feel like they can call out their head coach? James Debo Samuel or James Debo Harrison. Y'all know I be getting names mixed up. James Debo Harrison and Ryan Clark. Y'all step to the table because y'all are weak as hell, man, talking behind y'all former coach back. When y'all grown-ass man had a chance to handle the situation, when he coached y'all, yeah, you a grown man playing in the NFL. Don't think you all of a sudden you're a grown man because the NFL is over with and now you can attack your old coach. That's weak, homie. That's weak. You should have did it when you had the opportunity on the team right then and there. And yes, most of y'all conversations talking about Mike Tomlin has to do with Antonio Brown. The one who started this whole conversation about Mike Tomlin leadership is Antonio Brown. And I'm calling it out. A player that hasn't played for the Pittsburgh Steelers, but I can see. I have my eyes wide open. I'm woke. And no one had anything to say until I stepped up and called out Mike Tomlin leadership. And not holding players accountable. That's weak as hell to be trying to talk about him now. And let's get into it. So let's check it out here, right? And this is James Harrison. This is what he had to say. He says, with Mike, the biggest thing, I guess, that I like about him is he's a player's coach, Harrison said. And that thing that I dislike about him is he's a player's coach. So he liked and he disliked that he's a player coach, right? To the point of sometimes he can dispute, to the point of sometimes it can disrupt because it goes maybe a little too far with allowing certain things with certain players. And then it becomes an issue with that player. With Mike, the biggest thing, I guess, that I like about him is he's a player's coach, Harrison said. And the thing that I dislike about him is he's a player's coach to a point of sometimes it can disrupt because it goes maybe a little too far, allowing certain things with certain. In this article, they wrote the same thing twice, I guess, right? Then Harrison continues, says, they was talking about Harrison, said Harrison was diplomatic when he talked about Tomlin. To be more honest, Tomlin has always had his favorites and he caters to them, almost to the point of breaking his own rules to appease their fragile egos. The best examples was during Steelers training camp when the bulk of the team was staying in dorms at St. Vincent's College. Former wide receiver Antonio Brown rented a huge home near campus and even brought his private chef. This is what James Harrison had to say about Mike Tomlin. And then for y'all as players, Ryan Clark, James Harrison, y'all allowed this to go on. And how embarrassing is this to come on the podcast and talk about your coach? But y'all allowed this to go on and y'all call yourself leaders. This is terrible. This is terrible. What kind of fake Debo have y'all created or impersonating in Pittsburgh? I don't know that type of Debo, Dries. Tell me, you see, is this a Debo to you? Because I played with the real Debo. I'm not going to say no names. He was a Debo over the NFL, and you could check his record. He's a real Debo, and he ain't playing. All this stuff that we talk about, this fake Debo, because he could lift a bunch of weights and this and that. Mm-hmm. The real Debo isn't scared to confront his teammates or check someone's temperature. I know Joey Porter wouldn't have allowed any type of this behavior from any of the players on the team. Joey Porter, please come to the table and please tell me you wouldn't have allowed players to act like this while you was around, man. This is ridiculous, man. I don't know how they allow this and then act like it's cool to talk about the coach, but you was on the team and you had a chance to be able to fix these problems, make this a better team, maybe help somebody mentally. But no way. No one had a chance. No one stepped up to the plate.
Well, you definitely called this, man. That's why you need to like and subscribe and tune in, because it's like the third thing you called so far on the show today, man. That's why you got to make sure y'all tune in to say what needs to be said, because he said this before, and it's really coming out that this is really what happening.